Today I attempt my most difficult Madden rebuild of all time. We have taken my favorite team and completely destroyed it by converting everybody out of position. And I really wish that was all we had to overcome. Because what makes this rebuild even harder is I'm extremely limited in the ways that I can improve this squad. I can't make any trades, I'm limited to only 5 free agent signings per season, and I'm only allowed to draft on day 3. And what ultimately makes this my most difficult rebuild ever is, unlike in my old 0 overall team rebuild challenges, I'm not allowed to cop out and just cut all of these guys. Every single one of these players are stuck on this team until their contract runs out. So with only 5 free agent signings and day 3 draft picks per season, it's going to take about 4 years minimum to fill out this roster. And of course, this rebuild doesn't end until we win the Super Bowl in the most miraculous way possible. Also, last but not least, we have got to win the Super Bowl with at least one of the OGs on each side of the football, which I'd assume probably JC Latham at tight end and Jeff Simmons at middle linebacker. But I guess we'll just have to see how all these guys end up progressing at their new positions. Now, with our initial assessment of the roster, where do I even start? Yes, Xavier Restrepo is going to be our quarterback for hopefully just the first year. Hopefully we can get a half-decent day 3 quarterback in the upcoming draft. But we picked him as quarterback because he actually has 47 throw power, but unfortunately keeps him as pretty much a 0 overall. Looks like Alec Ayamaner is going to be our starting running back, which is not horrible as a 77 overall. I don't know if he's going to be a long-term starter there. Behind him, we got Cam Ward, who I don't really necessarily see having a future at the running back position. Our wide receiver 1 is Gunnar Helm. Don't really know how I feel about that. At least he's not a 12 overall. He's 64. Outside of that, we have a bunch of DBs at wide receiver. I don't expect them to be there beyond their initial contracts. Now, JC Latham, like I said, probably one of the few long-term starters on this offense. He's a 77 overall tight end. Don't really know how much of a receiving threat he's going to be. I'm actually interested to see he comes in as a 12 overall vertical threat. Oh, God. 77 overall blocker. How in the world am I supposed to win a Super Bowl eventually with this guy as the starting tight end? He has 63 speed, 24 catching. I guess he's at least a half-decent blocker. Carnell Tate's our fullback, so maybe he can stick around for a while. I mean, he's a 72 overall fullback. He's not really going to impact too much from that position, but he could stick around for the duration of the rebuild, possibly. Now, the offensive line's atrocious, man. Highest rated is 55 overall, Daniel Bellinger. I mean, Xavier Restrepo, there's more than likely he's going to die this season. He'll probably get sacked 100 plus times, but it's a good thing we don't need him to be healthy, because more than likely he's going to be replaced this upcoming offseason. Now, defensively, it's a little bit better. Not horrible. I mean, by not horrible, I mean a 55 overall. But Big Jeff Simmons, more than likely, going to be our star player on defense this entire rebuild. 86 overall at the Mike linebacker position. Obviously not the fastest, so it's going to be a little interesting. But the problem is, though, he's 28 years old. So I know he's not bad as an 86 rated, but by the time we actually compete for a Super Bowl in this rebuild, he's probably going to be washed, if not retired at that point. We do probably need somebody else to step up and be that OG starter once we do make it to a Super Bowl. Femi Aladejo, I mean, he's a converted edge rusher, so again, not the most athletic as a free safety. Also on the other side, I got Keldrick Falk, our first round pick at DN. He's a freaking strong safety now. Don't really know how I feel about Cedric Gray. He's like 5'11", playing defensive tackle, but maybe he could turn into something half decent there. A bunch of stinkers here, like Chim Dike. I love him at punt returner, which maybe he can still be our punt returner today, but as a cornerback, I'm not really feeling it. But fellas, I think it's safe to say this first season is going to be a complete disaster. I am interested, though, to see if any of these guys out of position do progress a lot more rapidly than what we expect. Could like a Kevin Winston, who's a safety, converted now to be an edge rusher, could he end up being like a 75 overall edge rusher by the time this rebuild's over with? I really have zero idea what to expect, and you best believe this is about to be one of my most difficult rebuild challenges of all freaking time. But absolutely zero trades allowed, as all we can do now is simulate to the end of the season, and I will be shocked, absolutely freaking shocked, if we actually win a game this season. Oh my God. If an actual NFL franchise lost to a team led by Xavier Restrepo at quarterback, the entire staff and the entire team needs to be cut and fired. Who was it? Who did we beat? The Cleveland Browns, dude. How did we score 33 points? 33 points against Myles Garrett. We outgained them, dude. We outplayed them. Restrepo balling the frick out, dude. Outplayed Aaron Rodgers, who somehow ended up on the Browns. That's insane, dude. He only got sacked 3 times as well, man, with converted players on the offensive line, with Myles Garrett rushing the quarterback on the ground. Alec Ayamaner, not bad at all. I'm actually so excited to see what these players' overalls are. Now, through the air, we had Gunnar Helm. Not bad, man. 63 yards. Ayamaner, which makes sense as a wide receiver, getting some catches out of the backfield. Not a bad game. Alontae Taylor, the converted cornerback, put up 2 touchdowns on 4 grabs, leading us to our first ever win. I'm so excited, man, to go see what the stats were this season, as the first 3 games we were shut out. So it's very interesting. We scored 0 points through the first 3 weeks of the season, but scored 30-something points in the Browns. It's hilarious. We got a little bit going before we were beat 52-3, 52 2, 3, 68 to nothing and 40 to nothing. So that's a little underwhelming. I still can't believe it, man. We followed up the Browns win with a 52 to nothing loss the following week. But again, shocked is an understatement that we actually won a game this season. But dude, let's see these stats. We finished the season, no shocker, dead last in offense, and I'm assuming also finished dead last in defense. Now let's see, Restrepo, definitely not the best seasons from him, you know, with those 9 touchdown passes and 41 interceptions, not to mention 43% completion percentage. And like I said, it was almost sacked 100 times. Not great. Don't know how Josh Dobbs ended up on the roster. Interesting. I have to figure that one out. Now, on the ground, Alec Ironmaner, I mean, not horrible, I guess, considering he's a converted wide receiver. I mean, it's still bad, you know. Cam Ward only got 5 carries the entire season. Now, through the air, Alontae Taylor lead us with 541 yards. Gunnar Helm, a little disappointed in him. J.C. Latham actually had 35 catches, 351 yards, so not bad for a converted offensive tackle. Now, I'm excited to see the sacks allowed. Daniel Bellinger, our converted tight end at left tackle, gave up 30 sacks. That's got to be an NFL record. Now, defensively, Jeff Simmons at the middle linebacker position, 170 tackles. It actually looks like we have multiple players with double-digit sacks. James Williams, the converted linebacker at left edge, 10.5 sacks. Cody Barton, the converted middle linebacker to defensive tackle, he had 10.5 sacks. Kevin Winston, the converted safety at edge, 9 sacks from him. So that's, I have to admit, a much better pass rush than what I anticipated. At the same time, we only got 3 interceptions the entire season, so we didn't really force any turnovers. But I'm not gonna lie, man, if you can take any positives from this first season, it's our pass rush, which let's see, after one season, team is up to a 59 overall, 56 offense, 63 defense. Restrepo actually has a lot of upgrades that he could possibly use, but I think we're gonna get the bucket problem. We did get the bucket problem. If you're an OG around the channel, you know what the bucket problem is. He has 9 skill points, but he can't use it. Like, I don't know that, I really don't know what it means. Like, it's been going on for years, but he just can't go up at quarterback because he can't use his skill points for some reason, because he can't upgrade the bucket, I guess. So he's probably gonna have to step aside as a starter next season. Hopefully he can find somebody half decent in the 5th, 4th, 6th round, which everybody's depressed, man. Like, the morale is like 6 feet under for everybody. We have J.C. Latham. He's at least creeping up on an 80. Now, defensively, I mean, I think Olufemi Oladejo, he's up to a 70 overall free safety, and he's only 21 years old. So even if it gets to the point where Jeff Simmons retires before we compete for a Super Bowl, maybe he is the lone defender that we can keep as an OG this entire rebuild, who hopefully, I mean, at this point, man, with him only being 21, he might be able to turn into a superstar. Outside of that, like, Chim DK is up to a 70 rated cornerback, so like maybe he can provide depth for us down the line. Like, maybe he can be a cornerback 3 or cornerback number 4. Cedric Gray's up to a 75 overall. Maybe I should have started him at defensive tackle number 1. Keldrick Falk, the rookie, I mean, he's up to a 69 rated strong safety. Jeff Simmons, I'm a little disappointed. Like, he's our star player after 169 tackles. He only went up to an 87 rated. I was hoping for a little bit more progression from him. Kevin Winston up to a 74. So, like, I definitely have to say, as of right now, that the defense has a lot more promise than what this offense has. Like, I really feel like our main focus this offseason probably needs to be finding ourselves a starting quarterback and finding, hopefully, an entire new offensive line, because these guys aren't going to cut it. Unlike some of the other positions in this game, even though it's dumb, offensive linemen, they do not progress at all, hardly. Like, you have to be like a superstar to get any sort of a boost overall-wise. If you come in as like a sub 60, you have no chance. You have absolutely zero chance whatsoever, unlike some of the other positions. But yeah, boys, as you can tell, we have a tough rebuild ahead of us. But if anybody's going to complete this challenge, it's going to be your friendly neighborhood Madden scientist. The thing I'm just now thinking about is we might actually catch a break every now and then with retirements. With some of these players being so low overall, they might just retire one by one. Don't really know how it works, but I do know that we did lose our former long snapper, Morgan Cox. He's a Titan legend, but as he converted to center, didn't really get any playing time, so he decided to retire after 17 years. Now, I wonder if we got any dev trade increases. I mean, Carnell Tate is a superstar at fullback. Maybe we need to somehow get him more involved in the fullback position, although I don't even know if that's possible. Jeff Simmons, all the way up to an X factor at middle linebacker, so at least we have some juice on defense. Kevin Winston, man, at the edge position, up to a 79 overall superstar. So like I said, guys, we got a lot of juice on defense, so I honestly might put all my focus this offseason to the offense. I don't get why this happens, man. Very important here. Peter Skoronski, Amani Hooker, Micah Robinson, Jarek Reed, Ali Gay, Kendall Brooks, Joey Sly, all going to be gone next season, which this is actually kind of crazy here. Amani Hooker, I was actually thinking about re-signing him. He's a 52 overall, which is one of the better players in our offense. But like as you see here, he's asking for $5 million this season. Like I feel like that's crazy. Like that's insane as a 52 rated wide receiver. So I think the move is absolutely not re-signing him. Like, that's insane money. And definitely not going to be picking up 36 overall right edge Peter Skronsky's 5th-year option for $15 million. So at least we get rid of 7 players this offseason as we head into our first and most important free agency. As you best believe, I'm probably going to be signing the top 5 possible free agents, which aren't really good, unfortunately. And it's like there's so many different ways I could go about this. Like the bad thing is a really bad free agent class. But it's like, is it even worth it signing a Joel Bitonio right now, even though we need offensive line? Because he's going to be retired by the time that we can actually compete for a Super Bowl. So it'd be worth it to sign younger players that actually could be here for 5 to 6 seasons, although there's not many good ones in this first free agency. Hold on a minute. Daniel Jones is sitting here, boys. And the thing is, like, he is 29 years old, 79 overall. So it's like he probably, by the time we compete for a Super Bowl, more than likely be like a 76, 75 rated quarterback, if not worse. For all I know, it might take us 10 years. I legitimately have no idea what to expect in this rebuild. So he might be retired by the time we compete. So I do wonder if like this, I know this is a great opportunity. Like Daniel Jones would be a little bit better than Xavier Restrepo, but for the long-term building of this team, I think it would be better to try to land a quarterback anywhere from round 4 to 7. And at that point, just let him start for 10, 15 seasons, and hopefully he can stick around long enough to help lead us to a Super Bowl. So I think this would actually hurt us more than help us, because we're not going to be competing for even a playoff spot anytime soon. So I need to be extremely diligent here in evaluating this free agency class. Jalen Coker, 76 overall, 24 years old. I mean, he could be our number 1 receiver for at least the next couple of years. He should stick around for the next 6 seasons at least, which I will give him a 6-year offer and probably just give him the money that he's asking for. So I don't think there's going to be much of a bidding war for him, which there's not because we're his only offer. So he wouldn't be a bad first option. There's just not many young offensive linemen. I mean, all things considered, maybe like Evan Neal would be decent. And everybody that we sign, again, you best believe we're locking him down long-term, 6 years plus. Again, I don't think we're going to be getting into bidding war for Evan Neal. We're not. Again, we're his only offer. Okay, so some young players got cut from their team after the first season. Parker Hughes out of Middle Tennessee State, 21 years old, 74 overall. And like, I don't think we even have a will linebacker outside of Nicholas Singleton, converted running back, 43 rated. So I feel like this would be huge. He's only 21, so he'll progress for the next 8 seasons over there. So let's lock him down while we can to a 7-year contract. And again, I don't expect anybody else to be offering for him. So I'm not too mad at our first few offers. Actually, no, the Packers are offering for him. No chance, no how. I feel like this would be probably our most valuable signing long term. So I will up the offer. You best believe it. Bang! Now here's the thing as well. Like 2 players that I'm super interested in at a free agency, Ronnie Hickman and Andre Cisco. And like the problem is like 2 of the better players we have on defense right now are safeties. But I wonder if our best course of action here is maybe still signing Ronnie Hickman, but converting him to cornerback, because our cornerback position is lacking desperately. So I think that's probably actually the move here. Ronnie Hickman going to be signed for the next, again, 7 seasons probably. And I don't know what his overall would be, but we're probably going to convert him to cornerback if he does decide to sign with us. And unfortunately, all we have is 1 more offer, so we got to be smart about it. Oh man, maybe like a Chris Paul is our best other option. I mean, he's 27, so like he'll be okay for us for like 4 years or so. Again, it kind of sucks it was a bad free agency, but I'm trying to find players that can at least start for us for 4 to 5 seasons. So again, he's going to get overpaid a little bit to make sure we can lock him down. And it's like I'm extremely desperate to sign all 5 of these guys, and we by far have their most expensive offer sent out to them. But it's like, if you were in their shoes, would you really sign to a franchise that's expected to win 0 games the next couple seasons? Let's hope so, though, as with the click of a button, all 5 have decided, and all 5 have signed. Thank God. And I mean, like, at least that brought us up to a 64 overall. Wait, how did some of these guys make it on the team? We got to get some of these guys out of here. They snuck their way on somehow. Like, why in the world would you go out of your way to try to sign for this team? Please, dear God, tell me that Ronnie Hickman's still like an 80 rated cornerback. We take it. Again, dude, like, who the frick are you? But as improved as his squad is, even though it might not really look like it, this first offseason is just getting started, as it's almost NFL draft time. As when it comes to the draft, we actually get ourselves a pretty big boost, as I know I already said I only am allowed to pick on day 3, but at the same time, we still do have our day 1 and day 2 picks, which means the CPU will be controlling it, and the good news is we do have the first pick in the draft here, which I'm actually not going to scout any of these players because I don't want to give anything away. It looks like we're going to be taking a defensive tackle. I don't know if he's the right pick or not, which I kind of hope not, because like D tackle is one of the few positions we don't need. We probably desperately need this wide receiver receiver if he's actually any good. But you guys know how it goes. Like, the CPU drafts so bad sometimes. But regardless if they draft a bust or not, that bust would still be one of our best players. So let's see it, brother. We desperately need the computer here to throw us a bone. As mentioned, we're just going to skip ahead here, boys, with the first pick in the 2027 NFL Draft. My CPU, the front office outside of me, as I had a stroke. I'm in the hospital, so I can't pick myself. They are going to select, I'm assuming, the defensive tackle here. Give me good news, Roger, though. That is a really small defensive tackle. Is that a D tackle or is that the wide receiver? That's not a wide receiver build either. That's a wide, that's like a tight end. Hold on, like, who the frick is this guy? Shields, that was the wide receiver, wasn't it? Wait, why did it skip? I want to know if he's good or not. So, we do go wide receiver number 1. I'm a little shocked at that. Not too mad, though, because we did need another wide receiver. I wanted to know if he was good. Now, I guess we see what the CPU does in the second round. Okay, I look happy about the pick. What is that? That's not... I need alignment. Oh, God, we went with quarterback. Oh, God, dude. I was going to target a quarterback in the 4th round or so, but I don't know. Like, should I still draft a quarterback just to make sure somebody's good? That could either be the best pick of my life or an absolute disaster. We'll just skip ahead to the last pick from the computer. Following this, it's all down to yours truly. So it looks like we went Ben Logan, a middle linebacker, as we just have one 4th round pick, I think multiple 5th round picks. Oh, off the rip, I already know who I want. Trey Flores here. Comes in, not the strongest, but he has, okay, not nearly as good as what I thought. Maybe Devin Sidney instead. He's the fastest offensive guard, and he does look a little bit better, a little rough around the edges, though, but at this point in time, we just need a starter alongside the offensive line. So Devin Sidney is going to be the selection, and he's going to come in 42 in true value. Got him at 97. Hidden development. Yet again, we draft ourselves an absolute gem, and look at his number, dude. It's perfect. Now, I do unfortunately feel like there's about to be a massive talent drop-off from the start of round 4 to the end of round 5 here. So I'm not gonna lie, if that other offensive lineman is still there, I'm probably just gonna take him. He is. I mean, he's got good pass blocking, so he's got to be half decent. I mean, we could have an almost full offensive line if he's half decent, so let's do it. Trey Flores is gonna be the pick. The fact he's still here, though, does scare me a little bit. He comes in 40 in true value, so I wouldn't have gone wrong with the last pick. Also comes in hidden dev, dude. What a selection. Now, I know you guys consider me unk, but I can't be the only one that remembers that nostalgic feeling from ripping a trading card pack when you were younger, and thankfully, you have a chance to get that feeling back with Arena Club, as Arena Club has turned the entire trading card grind into instant fun. Instant rips, instant reveals, and instant flex. You don't gotta go yourself hunting down boxes. You don't gotta wait to get your cards graded. No headaches, just real graded cards delivered straight from digital to your door. Arena Club lets you open up digital packs starting at just $25, but with real graded cards inside, including grails worth 20 times the pack price. One click to open, instant reveal, you immediately get yourself a real slab, which every slab pack shows you exactly what's inside and the pull rates before you buy. So none of that mystery nonsense. And the moment you rip your slab pack, Arena Club will instantly offer you cash for your card based on its true market value. You can either hold it, flex it, or take the offer right then and there, which I'm actually gonna rip a slab pack myself here real fast. Come on, brother, let's pull some fire. Wait, is that Jackson Dart? Okay, a Jackson Dart PSA 10. Not bad at all. Which Arena Club also drops insane specialty packs all week long. Charizard only packs, legendary Grail packs, case hit only packs, and more. With every one of those drops lasting 48 hours or until inventory's gone, whichever comes first. So make sure you turn on their notifications or you might just miss something crazy. So I believe it is now your turn to rip, as you can get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/RBT and using code RBT. Again, that's 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase at arenaclub.com/RBT with code RBT. Let's keep our heater going here, boys. And it might be a good thing that the CPU already went ahead and took a quarterback. There's like only one half decent one left. Xavier Burgess. I don't know, actually. Like, should I take him? He's fast. Maybe. I mean, he does have some good stuff. If he's still there in like the 7th round, I might take him. But since we got a quarterback in the 2nd round, I'm assuming he's gonna be much higher overall. I mean, I do think this is a point where we just target a bunch of defensive tackles. Not gonna lie, Chance Carmichael here just looks like an absolute stud. 41 reps of the bench press. You already know he's gonna be a high overall. B's, a couple A's, a C in there. Chance Carmichael, he might not actually play defensive tackle for me because we already have some good players there. We might convert his position somewhere else. But if he's good as what I think he is, he's gonna have to get playing time one way or another on this terrible team. Rogers can give me the good news. 8 in true value. I didn't expect that, but you love it, dude. On day 3, you can find some absolute studs at defensive tackle, and we land another one here in Chance Carmichael. And we do have 2 more 7th round picks, although I really don't know what would be left at this point. See, a guy's still here, Xavier Burgess. Do I take him? I'm gonna take him because we do need a backup quarterback. Like Restrepo's still not gonna help us as a backup QB. So we are going to take him here, and hopefully he is going to come in. 257 in true value. He does have hidden dev, though. He's kind of fast. So in the 7th round, I guess it's not horrible to find yourself a half-decent backup quarterback. Good news, I still get to pick again right after that. I'm thinking that we do need a backup running back. Grayson Bender here doesn't look horrible. Definitely more of a goal line back, and all we have right now is Alec Imaner playing at running back. So we do need ourselves a bit of a thumper. He has good carrying, good break tackle. He's not going to catch any balls out of the backfield. Definitely a power back, 6 foot 224. He's going to be the pick. Don't think he's going to be anything amazing, but he's going to come in 113 in true value. Doesn't have hidden dev, but doesn't matter, dude. We just need bodies right now. So our first draft class officially complete. Excited to go see what those overalls are, and honestly more excited than anything, go see what the overalls are of the players that the CPU drafted, because that could make a world of difference. And here we are. Time for the big reveal. Moment of truth. The team's up to a 72 overall, so that's actually incredible. For the end of the day, that wide receiver came in as an 83 overall, dude. Von Shields, you sexy boy. I'm sorry for slandering you earlier. I mean, it did look a little thick, but brother, he is 6'3", 223 at just 21 years of age. 83 overall, comes in 93 speed, 91 acceleration. Dude, what an upgrade already. Now, also, just as excited, this quarterback, Zach Bishop, having a 74 overall quarterback fall to the 2nd round is insane here. He does have normal dev, though. It's a little disappointing. So it's like, should I start the backup instead since he has hidden dev? I guess we have plenty of years to find out who we should start, but 74 overall, though, I cannot complain, whether it be normal dev or not. He comes in 96 throw power, only 76 speed, but we can make it work one way or another. Quarterback wear number 0 is kind of odd, but outside of that, dude, the CPU also drafted a half-decent backup middle linebacker to Jeff Simmons. We got 2 extremely good guards, both 74 rated. We'll find a way for them to start, obviously. That defensive tackle came in as a 77 overall. The quarterback that we drafted was a 65, which I guess isn't bad for a quarterback in the 7th round, so we'll have to see what happens there. And then Grayson Bender, our last pick in the draft, is 70 overall. But what a first draft class here, boys, to hopefully expedite this rebuild and set an incredible foundation that will hopefully help us eventually win a Super Bowl. So it's still obviously not great, but what a step in the right direction heading into year 2. We've gone up from like a 50 to a 75 overall, 76 offense, 75 defense. We still obviously got some massive holes. Actually, hold on. If we convert Danny B to center, our tight end's actually a 58 rated. So still, unfortunately, our young quarterback's probably going to die this season. I'm not going to lie. Like, if this guy actually develops a decent amount as a backup this season, if Bishop here has a stinker, maybe it's worth putting Burgess in there next season. How old is he? Because if he's like early 20s, okay, he's the same age as the starter, unfortunately, but maybe we do give him a shot sometime down the line. But I do feel like we need a little bit of luck, though, and that might be the bone that God threw us for this rebuild. But moving on to defense now. It honestly doesn't look completely terrible or as bad as it could look, knowing that half these guys are out of position. We did convert that defensive tackle that we drafted in the 6th round to edge, and he's a 75 overall. I feel bad because James Williams actually got some pressure last year, but I can't pass up on putting a hidden dev rookie 75 rated the edge position. I'm excited, man, because like Kevin Winston, he's a 79 rated superstar at edge, so he could actually have another double-digit sack season. Jeff Simmons should ball out. That rookie should ball out. Excited to see Hughes here. He's only 21 years old. He's on a 7-year contract, so maybe he gets to like 80, 81 rated as a will linebacker. Now, the cornerback room is probably the biggest L on defense. You know, you got Ronnie Hickman, Chim Dike as the cornerback number 2, which 70 overall is not horrible. You got Jermaine Johnson as the cornerback 3, a converted edge rusher, so that's a little rough. So cornerback's probably our biggest position need next offseason. So like, I know we're like not gonna probably win more than a game, if that. Probably won't win a game, but still, I feel like the team should be much, much better this season. You give me 3 wins here, and I'll be the happiest man this side of the Mississippi River. God dang it. I mean, like, obviously, I didn't expect to win the Super Bowl or anything, but I wanted to see a little bit of improvement upon this team. I mean, at least we didn't get shut out 5 times this season. Who did we beat again? Imagine it's the Browns. It's the Commanders this time. And we got close to a few games. Like, we almost beat the Cowboys, almost beat the Jags. Okay, at least we didn't finish with a dead last offense this year, despite having a tight end at center. And also didn't finish with a dead last defense. Let's go. Who finished with the worst offense than us? The Browns are just getting memed this entire video, man. They had a worse offense than a team with a tight end at center. And defensively, we were better than the Cardinals and the Rams. I mean, from the rookie quarterback, all things considered, it wasn't horrible. Like, 3,900 yards is great. 33 touchdowns is great, but the 21 interceptions we're gonna have to work on. I will say as well, we got sacked, 30 times less than a year ago? Like, 59 is still crazy, but not generationally horrible, again, considering we have a tight end at center. But I'm honestly really pleased with Zach Bishop in his rookie season, which he is up to an 83 already, dude. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be starting the guy that I drafted anytime soon. Now, on the ground, we're definitely gonna have to do something about this. We're definitely gonna have to target a running back one way or or another. Alec Iamaner just not really getting it done. But to be fair, he's a wide receiver playing the position. He's up to an 82 rated. So I wonder if I should stick it out with him for a couple more seasons, or if I have the opportunity presented to me to sign a better running back, go ahead and do that, or maybe draft one. I don't know. We'll have to see. He's not the worst thing in the world. Definitely the least of our problems, although it is kind of showing up on the stat board, which I will say it's really hard to evaluate running backs in this game because the simulation's stupid. If you're not like an 87 rated running back or like an 88, maybe even higher than that, you're not going to put up good stats in a sim. It's stupid. So maybe we do stick it out with him for a couple more seasons, or again, maybe if I can sign a 90 rated running back, we do that. But look at Bishop though. He's definitely not the fastest running back in the world, but he still put up 5 rushing touchdowns, which is kind of crazy that Iamaner only had 1 rushing touchdown all season. I do feel like that's a little stinky. Now, through the air, Von Shields, oh my god. Dude, the CPU bailed us out big time. This guy is already a 91 overall X Factor. I feel like he's like one of the luckiest things that ever happened to me in a rebuild ever. Already the 12th best receiver. I don't care if he's still a fetus, he's getting set as team captain. And we got him for at least another 4 years, dude. That is incredible. Outside of that, Jalen Coker, I feel like he got outshined after being our big free agent signing on the offensive side of the football. Got 885 yards, 3 touchdowns, not bad at all. Gunnar Helm, man, the converted tight end, putting up good numbers himself. And JC Latham, the converted right tackle, 462 yards and a touchdown. It looks like Carnell Tate got a little action with that fullback position this season. 37 grabs, 352 yards and a touchdown. Honestly, again, all things considered, this wasn't horrible, especially considering we have 2 converted guards playing at tackle, a converted tight end playing center. He only gave 8 sacks all season, which I guess is really bad from the center position. But again, all things considered, not like historically bad. Evan Neal was pretty good at right guard this season. Chris Paul probably needs to get replaced eventually. But again, allowing less than 60 sacks with the horrible offensive line situation, very impressed. Now defensively, Ben Logan, 168 tackles. It looks like we had, again, a ton of sacks. Kevin Winston, dude, the converted free safety, 16 sacks this season at 6'2", 213 pounds. That's insane. One of the most insane things I've ever seen. Now, outside of that, Chance Carmichael, 13.5 sacks. So, fellas, like, what a weird edge group. We have a 6'2", 213-pound free safety rushing the quarterback, while on the other side, we have 354-pound converted defensive tackle Chance Carmichael, put up 13.5. That's insane. Jeff Simmons, for the middle linebacker position, putting up 6 sacks. Also have Parker Hughes, the will linebacker that we signed, put up 3.5. But 50 sacks as a team? Look at this, boys. Ronnie Hickman, the converted free safety playing cornerback, 3 interceptions on the season, also had 7 tackles for a loss. Keldrick Falk, the converted edge playing strong safety, had 2 interceptions. Chim Dike, the converted wide receiver, 2 interceptions himself. And Olafemi Oladejo, again, another edge playing safety, 2 picks. Dude, I gotta see if we got some silverware from that. Like, surely we did. Josh Allen wins MVP. We, honest to God, I feel like we should have won Coach of the Year, just not finishing dead last on both sides of the football. Now, Von Shields, dude, the rookie, wins Offensive Player of the Year, dude. Like, this is gonna help us out so much. We got so bailed. Defense side of things, Kevin Winston, man, from free safety to edge rusher, 4th in Defensive Player of the Year. Imagine he ends up winning that award. Of course, Von Shields wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Our quarterback came in 3rd. How did Chance Carmichael with 13 sacks not win Defensive Rookie of the Year? I kind of feel like he got robbed. So again, fellas, I know a little disappointing that we have only won 2 games through 2 seasons, but we're already, in my opinion, so much further ahead than what I thought we were. And I really think, in terms of the win total, we should see a massive step forward from this team going into year 3. So I want to see if we get any cheeky little dev trade increases this offseason. But first, let's hope some of our guys retired. Like, what are we doing? Go spend time with their kids. Unfortunately, it looks like no changes offensively. On defense, though, it looks like we lost Jeff Simmons' X Factor, and I don't think we gained anything. It is nice to know that we're an 80 overall team already, but don't let the team's overall fool you, because I still feel like we're a long ways away from being a playoff contender, much less a Super Bowl contender. Dude, this is so stupid. Let me upgrade him. Restrepo could literally be the greatest third-string quarterback of all time, but the game just doesn't want him to be great, apparently. But you did want to see that backup quarterback only went up from a 65 to a 67 overall. So yeah, even though he has the better dev trait, don't think we'll ever see Xavier start a game for us. Now, I do suppose the good news after having the stinky season is the fact that we should have the #1 pick in the draft again, which the latest mock draft has us going defensive tackle, which again is just like the last thing that we need, which the mock draft's can always change, as we saw last year, but I'm a little worried because, again, D-tackle, we just don't need it. Now, who do we get to lose this season? All right, so J.C. Latham, I probably do need to accept his 5th-year option. It's just a 1-year deal for $11 million. That's not bad at all for an 81-rated tight end. Cam Riley is a 73 overall strong safety, star development, 25 years old. We probably don't need to lose guys that actually can provide good depth for us. So Cam Riley is probably going to get locked into a nice little 5-year deal as a backup, which he accepts. Jermaine Johnson as a cornerback, he can go. Don't need him. Owen Cooper, I don't know who this is. I don't think we drafted him. He must have been like an undrafted free agent, so we're not going to re-sign him. Bishop Fitzgerald, he can go. Jared Kinnick, he can go. Nick Singleton, sorry pal, you can go. Peter Skronsky, again, sorry pal, you can go. Mahamoud Diabetes, he can go as well. All these guys, thank God. Oh, we finally get rid of Will Levis. We get rid of Tajay Spears. Xavier Restrepo, poor guy, man. He just wants to be a good quarterback, and the game won't let him. This is actually a huge offseason, boys, as we get to shed, what's that, like 10, 11 just garbage players? But unfortunately, only get to replace them with 5 free agents. And boys, this is interesting. Zay Flowers is a free agent. He is a common one to pop up after the second offseason, but he's a free agent. I definitely might have to spend some money on him, but I do want to see if there's anybody else that's a little bit younger that does fit what we need. Like I already told you guys, we do desperately need running back help, but I don't feel like Tank Bigsby or Rashad White is enough of a jump from Alec Iamaner to really justify spending one of our 5 offseason signings on a running back, because maybe if Tank Bigsby was like an 86, but he's not. He's an 82, like the same rating as Iamaner, so I don't feel like we do anything there. We do need ourselves a center, and Connor Liu, I don't know why he's cut from the team. Like this would have been his 2nd year playing, but he's only 22 years old. We have Eric Garcia starting. I think he's another one of those players I'm gonna try to lock down for 7 years to a center that's gonna probably progress well into his 80s. I feel like is a bargain. Oh, Brian Brzee just sitting here, 25 years old. Now the thing is though, it's like if he was available after the first season, I would have jumped all over him. Oh yeah, looks so good. Chance Carmichael, dude, he's 23 years old and a high overall than him. So I feel like that would just be wasted if we signed him. Again, don't really need defensive tackle. I mean, Nick Herbig would be nice, but we do have Kevin Winston up to an 85 overall. So I don't feel like we need edge either. Now we could use Sam linebacker, and Jake Golday is still sitting here. 24-year-old, I guess like a 3rd-year player, got cut for some reason. He's 2nd overall. Would be a massive improvement at the Sam linebacker position. We still have a freaking running back, Khalil Mullings, playing there. I don't mind giving him a much bigger payday than what he's asking for. I don't know why he's only asking for like $2.5 million per season, but I'm going to make sure I give him a big payday to lock him down for the next 7 seasons. I even feel like the $4 million a season offer I just gave him is a huge bargain, but I think there's going to be absolutely no way that he can say no to me, even though it's not popping up. Wait, why are we not the #1 offer? Dude, I'll literally give you everything. Look, like the offer can't even get better than that. Why are we not popping up as his #1? I've never seen that before. Ooh, cornerback, we absolutely could address here. Now, Marlon Humphrey, not long-term. Clark Phillips could be, though. 25 years old. All we have is Ronnie Hickman and Chim Dike, so let's try to lock him down for 7 seasons. I know 7 seasons is kind of scummy, but at the same time, don't really care because our team is so bad. Actually, let's do 6 years. Up the money just slightly. Okay, where's only offer, so we probably didn't even need to do that. Ooh, Baker Mayfield is a free agent. If this was the first year again, that would have been massive. Now, I feel like we just have to offer for Zay Flowers. We just have the money. We got to do it. And I feel like him, Von Shields, Jalen Coker, we should be set for the next 4 or 5 years. So let me give him a 5-year contract, which is going to cost us like $20 million a season. Submit it through. Hopefully, we're his #1 offer, which we are. But again, that doesn't always mean everything. Now, I still got to find one more player to sign. Okay, I do know that we need a backup tight end, and Darnell Washington would be perfect. Literally, I think we only have J.C. Latham on the roster. Carnell Tate's playing as the 2, but Darnell Washington could be a perfect fit as that inline blocker. Well, I guess we had J.C. Latham, so what am I talking about? But at the same time, though, him and J.C. Latham blocking at the same time for Alec Iamaner, dude, he should run for 4,000 yards next season. So I will give him an offer, probably another 5-year deal, which again, we're the only offer on the table for him. So honestly, if we go 5 for 5 again here, boys, that would be huge. Like, you add Zay Flowers to our wide receiver room next year, that could give us like a top half of the league defense when we finish pretty much dead last the first 2 years. I got a bad feeling though, as we are going to submit all the offers. Everybody's decided one way or another, and we ended up signing just 3 of them. We got Darnell Washington, Jacob, Clark Phillips, which means we lost Zay Flowers to the Patriots. We lost Connor Liu to the Commanders. That's actually a big one, which I don't like that at all. Oh, that would have been such a big signing, man. Maybe we go Jake Slaughter instead. said, I mean, he's 25. He's still young. 75 overall would be much better than what we got. Maybe we could replace him in the draft, but dude, that sucks. Connor Lew would have been such a big signing. Or maybe instead, actually, I just withdraw this offer and go after Cade Mays for a couple seasons, and then maybe sign a better free agent center of the next couple seasons while he's under contract. At least have him in the interim, which he's not asking for much money at all. Like, who else do I sign at this point? I mean, I guess Brian O'Neill is an 88 overall right tackle, and he could be good for us next year, although he would kind of get in the way of the development of our young right tackle. Let's see if we can just lock him down for a 1-year contract. Wait a minute. Honest to God, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I don't even think we have a kicker on the roster. So I think I'm gonna actually withdraw this offer from Brian O'Neill, because I didn't even think about the fact that we might be losing a lot of those close games. I don't even have a kicker on the roster. I completely forgot about that. So it might actually be best to sign Brandon Audrey here. 7 years, no question about it. So hopefully we land both of those two fellas, which we do. So we have the best kicker in football, good cornerback to add to the room, good Sam linebacker, good blocking tight end to add with J.C. Latham, and a new starting center for at least the next 2 seasons, which officially brings our teams overall all the way up to 83, which now it's draft time again, boys. Which let's see, boys, with the #1 pick in the 2028 NFL Draft, Tennessee Titans CPU selects, I actually don't think that was a defensive tackle. Literally no idea who I just saw pop up on the board. That's definitely not a defensive tackle. I'm actually kind of scared. That hairline is scary. That hairline is diabolical for early 20-year-old. Did we just draft the first ever 45-year-old prospect? Boley, who is he? Cornerback? Okay, I don't know how to feel about that. Taking a cornerback with the #1 pick is kind of gross, but I guess at the same time, he didn't really need D tackle. That's weird, though. I'm only going to be okay with that is if he was half decent. It looks like the defensive tackle just went. But now time to simulate to our 2nd round pick, which again, I kind of just want the CPU to take best player available. Looks like they went Sam linebacker, which we didn't really need because we just signed one. Which time for the CPU's final pick of this draft as he selects, looks like Clarence Hilton, a strong safety. With that, boys, it is officially day 3 and time for yours truly to lock in. As there's typically still some really good players here at the top of the 4th round, which I do expect this is going to be the last year we're picking #1, so got to make it count. I mean, I don't think we're going to make the playoffs next year or anything, but I do think we're going to be a little bit more competitive, win more than a single game. Now, I do feel like we need to add like one more cornerback to the room, and this guy, he's not going to be hidden dev, but he looks like one of the best players on the board with that 40-yard dash, 4.34. He's also the strongest at his pro day, so that's actually a really good and promising combination. Has a bunch of C's, which is, that's not the be-all, end-all for a cornerback when you're scouting him. His zone coverage does suck, but I do think it's weird being a block-shedding cornerback. That's strange, but I think he's going to be okay. Like, he's not going to be close to the good players that we drafted last year, but I do think we did desperately need one more cornerback in that room, and he's going to come in 73 in true value, which is actually better than what I thought. 97th pick, normal dev, and I'm a little disappointed that 92 speed is not a little bit higher, but I'm not mad at the pick. I think probably best bet here in the 5th round is maybe go offensive line again. I might actually go tight end again. He's another blocker, the strongest tight end, but he looks pretty good. I mean, he looked like we might assemble the best run-blocking tight end room in NFL history. I mean, he actually looks pretty gosh dang incredible. I have no idea what his dev trait's going to be, though. Xavier Springs is going to come in as the 72nd best player. Got him at 129. Hidden dev, so another absolute stud. I don't think he's going to ever overtake J.C. Latham or anything, but I think a really good value pick. Now, I think with our next couple picks, we probably look for offensive line, and I can already tell off the rip these two guys look pretty good. Chuck Webb from Florida. Good discipline. 30 reps of the bench press. Has... it's not actually as good as what I was looking for. Maybe we look this guy, Eric Clavijo. Again, good discipline, 36 reps of the bench press. He's still also, I don't think either of them would be like world beaters or anything, but they might be worth a draft pick. We'll check right guard, which Jesse Alvarado, good discipline, has 34 reps of the bench press. He looks, Jesse, do I take you, brother? How big are you? You're 6'3", so not the biggest. Eric 6'6", 333. I might take him. Let's get some size in there. Again, I don't think he's going to be like spectacular or anything, or he's come in 2nd round value. 41 comes in hidden dev, 89 strength, another solid offensive line pick. I wonder if it's worth taking a stab at another running back here. Another power back in Jaron Edwards. I don't know what that dev trait's gonna be. 26 reps of the bench press and 29 at the pro day. Good broad jump. Again, just gonna be another power back that we just have to hope he has hidden dev and a much higher overall than the guy we drafted last year. He's gonna come in 88 in true value, another top 100, top 90 player. He does not have hidden dev, so that might actually be a dud. Although his 90 speed's not bad for a 235-pound back. But yet again, boys, extremely excited here to see how good this draft class truly was. More excited always to look at the CPU picks, as the cornerback was a 79 overall. Dude, everybody we just drafted was over 71 rated. Like, the CPU was on a heater. Normally, the CPU doesn't do that good at drafting by itself. And my God, a 79 overall cornerback at the number 1 pick. So I said it was a little weird taking a cornerback number 1, but I'm not complaining at all. 95 speed, looks like a stud. I kind of wish we didn't spend that money on a Sam linebacker, because Mark Franklin could have stepped in and started for us, but I'm sure he'll still get some playing time. Good depth, a strong safety, and Clarence Hilton. That's like 3 of the best picks I've ever seen a CPU make back to back to back. And then we got a good cornerback ourselves in the 4th round, so our cornerback room should be solid. Our tight end room should be locked down. Xavier Springs, a stud, too, in the 5th round. Another good guard pick in the 6th round. Another good offensive line pick. Another good running back pick here, start of the 1st round, and Jared Edwards. So actually really excited to go see what this team's overall is at the start of season number 3. So the team comes in as an 83 rated across the board, which again is incredible from where we started. Again, I don't know if it's playoff caliber this season, but we're definitely taking steps in the right direction. Now, defense is where, like, honest to God, as crazy as it sounds, we could put together a top 10 unit this season. Now, the sad thing is Jeff Simmons is already starting to go backwards. He's an 84 overall as a 30-year-old, and every season now he's going to get worse and worse. I still hope we can win him a Super Bowl ring, but at that point, he might not be starting for us. If he probably will retire before then. But at the same time, we do have to have an OG starting on both sides of the football. I think we're set defensively because Kevin Winston, he's just going to get better and better. He's probably going to end up getting a contract extension worth $100 million. Aladejo probably also get a contract extension. Keldrick Falk, same thing. But I don't think we're going to have any issue at all having an OG start on defense. Offensively, though, is where we could see a problem, where more than likely we just need to stick with JC Latham at tight end, because he could be the OG. I know he's not going to ever be an incredible receiving threat, but as an 81 overall dude, he definitely could do some damage. Now, I do want to say the one thing that did completely kill my vibe from this prior draft class, which I thought was incredible, is I just noticed that the number 1 overall draft pick, although he's a 79 rated, is normal dev. So maybe that hairline did mean something. And one thing I did just notice is we didn't have a punter. I don't know how he played football last season without a punter, but we probably need to look at either signing or drafting one next offseason, because I don't know how good Brandon Aubrey is as a punter. He's a good kicker, but I don't know about punter. And I also feel like we need to draft an actual long snapper, because JC Latham, I feel like he's filling some good positions of need, you know, tight end and long snapper at the same time, but I feel like we probably need to get a position-specific long snapper. I don't expect the playoffs or anything, but I do expect we should take a massive step forward from the 1-win seasons that we had the first 2 years. So I suppose improvement is improvement, but I really felt like we were better than a 2-win team, man. I wonder if it really is because everybody's playing out of position. We ended up winning our first 2 games of the season over the Colts and Panthers, but then literally lost 15 games in a row. Oh, that's crazy, man. I really wonder what we need to do from this point, because god dang, an 85 rated team is solid. But I'm really worried it's because we have so many players out of position. And if that's the case, like, I don't even know where to start with that. Like, an 85 overall team should not be only winning 2 games. Like, we've legit won 4 games in 3 seasons. We went backwards in offense. Defensively, to at least go forwards? Yeah, a little bit. Zach Bishop, unfortunately, is not playing any better. 20 interceptions for 2nd straight year is bad. 3,800 yards, 25 touchdowns. Like I said, definitely not as good as a season ago. Alec Ironmaner from the running back position didn't score a single touchdown. I feel like we gotta do something about it. Like, I know he's converted over to running back. He's at 83 overall, but like, something's up. Like, he's just not playing well. Hopefully, we can just sign maybe an 85, 86 rated running back out of free agency, and I'd be the happiest man on the planet. Now, again, that's gross that we had 2 rushing touchdowns all season long, and that came from the freaking quarterback. Now, receiving, Von Shields, not as good as a year ago for some reason. That's a little disappointing. Didn't get 1,000 yards, only 3 touchdowns. Jalen Coker, decent season. JC Latham almost had more yards than Jalen Coker, which is crazy. But I feel like we gotta be better somehow, boys. Now, defensively, Ben Logan leading us in tackles. Sack-wise, Chance Carmichael taking the frick over. I am a little disappointed that Kevin Winston went so much backwards, so unfortunately, probably not gonna see a lot of progression from him this season overall-wise. At the same time, can be excited about Chance Carmichael here. 17 sacks is incredible. You want to see his overall all the way up to 87 already, and he's only like a 2nd year of his 4-year rookie contract, so we'll have him on the cheap for at least the next 2 seasons. He did win Defensive Player of the Year because he has some tough competition to beat out, but I feel like before today's over with, we'll see him win at least one of these. But in terms of progression from the overall team, looks like Bishop's up to an 85 rated, Shields at a 96, Jalen Coker still hasn't hit 80 yet. Gunnar Helm is a wide receiver. I don't even think I saw him record a stat this year, which is weird. He's only a 73 overall. The offensive line isn't progressing as much as I'd like, though. We probably do need to end up signing better guards, or at least drafting better guards, or just spending a lot of our draft picks on guards. This center might could take over next season. I wonder if it is the offensive line that's kind of screwing us up. So we might need to spend a lot of our money on offensive line. And also, hopefully, we can spend some of our money on running back. Now, defensively, we have Jeff Simmons going down a little bit again. He's at 85. It actually went up during the regular season, but it will go down once we hit the offseason. Kevin Winston's up to an 87. I have seen Falk kind of stutter a little bit. He's only an 82 rated. Aladejo's up to an 84. Haven't seen any progression from Cedric Gray or Cody Barton, so I wonder if I should go back to just drafting those good defensive tackles that you can find late in the draft, because I kind of wanted to hold on to these guys. I thought like Cedric Gray maybe could progress, even though he's like a 5'11 defensive tackle, but not seeing as much as I wanted to from him, so we might have to go in a different direction this offseason. Although I will say the cornerback position, Boley, even though he's a normal dev, up to an 82 rated already. Our cornerback room, I think that's set for the duration of this rebuild. Like Chim DK, I feel like outside of Kevin Winston, is probably the most impressive out of position player yet. Like he started as like a 60 rated cornerback, he's all the way up to a 79. So probably lock him down and keep this cornerback room for hopefully the next 5 years or so, unless we win the Super Bowl before then, which at this point I feel like is impossible. Hold on, I did also want to note Cam Ward's still here. He's up to a 61 rated running back, but his rookie contract's probably gonna be coming up here soon. And I would be real surprised if I did sign him back. Honestly, just for the vibes, if he's not asking for much, I might. Again, even though the vibes are super low in Nashville, nobody wants to quit on us. There's a few things this offseason I am a little scared to check. Okay, I'm a little shocked, I will say, a little shocked that this tight end right here, Springs, is an X Factor. We got him with a freaking 6th round, and the guy's an X Factor, is a 3rd string tight end. That's so weird to me. I'm not complaining at all. I probably need to make him the backup so he actually plays a little bit, but that's a little unfortunate. Carnell Tate, that is impressive. He's still a superstar, up to an 84 rated fullback. So like, can we let this guy actually take over at tight end? And would that be a cop-out if we let Carnell Tate be the OG starting at fullback? I don't think so. Now, defensively, it looks like we had Jeff Simmons lose his superstar as he's all the way down to an 82 rated. So I feel like it probably is time Logan becomes the starter, but he's still going to get playing time as the backup middle linebacker. Now, hold on a second, fellas. I don't know how that happened. He might have won Defensive Rookie of the Year and I didn't check it. Garrison Boley screwed that normal dev that he had, as it looks like this offseason he went up to star dev. Yeah, he did win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I completely missed that. That's my bad. He must have had a good season. Not complaining at all. He said he went up to star dev, so I don't know where he got the superstar from, but again, not complaining at all, because our boy right here up to a superstar. Despite the hairline, has defeated the odds, and maybe he can actually turn into this team's #1 cornerback. Which I guess, to be fair, he did have 59 tackles and 4 interceptions. Didn't bring any of them back for a touchdown. A little shocked that won him Defensive Rookie of the Year, but again, not complaining at all. So when it comes to this upcoming offseason, we probably need to sign the best offensive lineman possible, and I really hope there's just a half-decent running back out there. If not, I wouldn't mind my CPU taking a running back with, I'm assuming we had the first pick again. Defensively, probably going to look for some established defensive tackles if they're out there, and outside of that, I think we're fine for now. Which the latest mock draft does have us going defensive tackle, which I wouldn't mind if they actually stuck with that this time, because we do need a good #1. Wouldn't mind probably this left tackle either. But first, hopefully we can spend some of this money, which we do have some players that we need to negotiate contracts with, like Jeff Simmons, who he's just asking for so much money as a backup Mike linebacker. But we have the money to afford him right now, so I guess why not? Don't feel like 2 years is a bad deal. Submit it through. I'm glad the big boy wants to be a Titan for life. I still hope we can get him a Super Bowl before he retires. We'll have to see. James Williams, he's progressed pretty well as an edge rusher. He's going to be asking for $10 million a season, man. I don't know. Like, we have the money, and I'd love to see him stick around and develop for a little bit longer. But let's keep him till he's 31 years old. Like, $10 million is a lot for a backup edge, but we have the money. We need the depth. We're going to lock him down, because he's one of the few, again, good converted players that's turned out half decent. Now, I don't even know who the frick this guy is. Cam Ward, 5th-year option. I'm not paying him $10 million to be a 61 rated 4th string running back. He probably will sign for less next offseason, but we'll wait to see. He'll still be there next season. Now, Cordell Flott, he can go. Dorian Mossy, he can go. Now, I do think I need wide receiver depth. I think I only have like 3 on the roster now, so we probably need to sign or draft a couple. But I'm not too mad at the start of this offseason. Didn't lose anybody. Too insane. It is time to head into this offseason with $150 million to spend, and hopefully there's a good running back. I feel like that's the most important position for us, which there's Cooper DeJean, DJ Moore, Peter Woods, Tyrone Tracy. I don't know if that's good enough. He's 85 rated, 28 years old, so he's not going to progress anymore. So it's like, would I rather have Alec Ironmaner as a 25-year-old? Because he'll probably end up eventually becoming an 84 rated. So that's where it's so tough, dudes. I don't know what the frick to do. You also got got Trey Benson, who's a little bit younger, 26 rated, but is it worth paying a running back? He's asking for $5 million a season, which obviously Ivan Maynard, I don't know if he's just like not a scheme fit or what, but he's been a little disappointing. Now, Cooper DeJean would be great, but at the same time, like, I don't feel like we should be spending $25 million on a cornerback when we already have a really good room. Now, Peter Woods is sitting here, 86 rated normal dev defensive tackle, only 23 years old. He is asking for $20 million this season, which is insane. Wait, why did we lose Cedric Gray? He never even showed up as a free agent. I gotta re-sign him. We gotta lock him down, man. He was never supposed to leave. I saw where it said we had no depth at defensive tackle, and it kind of made me sad. Where did Cody Barton go? It never even told me those guys were supposed to be free agents. You're just not getting away that easy, Cody. Now, I still do want to lock down one of these youngsters. Peter Woods, 86 rated. He's gonna be asking for $20 million a season, which we could spread that out over a super long 7-year contract, and I think I'm gonna do it. Now, I did tell you guys I need at least one more wide receiver. Trey Tucker I'm not interested in. Jordan Whittington I'm not. Maybe DJ Moore for just a season. I don't think this would be a horrible deal. Well, I'm probably actually gonna have to offer him a 2-year deal to be in the lead. I think that would be worth it if he helps us win more than 2 games. Now, running back, this is where it's tough, man. It's like, do I get the older guy in Tyrone Tracy, see if he makes a difference? Do I get Trey Benson, who's 84 rated, maybe just a completely different skill set than Alec Iamaner? Maybe he'll be better, can progress a little bit faster. I just don't know. He's 26 years old. I feel like maybe Tyrone Tracy is the better bet. Only a 2-year contract, which I could cut him if I needed to. I can only just not cut the converted players from the OG roster. So maybe I sign him if he doesn't have a good season. We cut him and maybe sign somebody next offseason, because like, I feel like running back is the biggest position that will make the biggest difference on our team right now. I'm not assuming he's going to have like a bidding war or anything. Yeah, we're literally his only offer. I do think that's going to be our 5 offers, which actually I might take Cody Barton off. Paying like $40 million to 3 different defensive tackles in the same offseason is kind of crazy. So let's actually withdraw the Cody Barton offer, because I do remember we do have punter that we need to sign, and there is some good ones. Ethan Evans, 27 years old, 7-year contract, and stick around with Brandon Aubrey for a while. We'll have the best probably special teams unit when it comes to kickers in the league. We're literally his only offer. So let's see if we can land all 5 of our targets, which I feel like we should at least get 3 of them because we're their only offer. Peter Woods, kind of iffy. DJ Moore, you saw last year we were Zay Flowers' best offer, and he still decided to go elsewhere. So hopefully Tyrone does sign here, because that means for the second time in 3 off seasons, we would have signed all 5 of our free agent targets, which he is locked in, and I really, really hope this ends up making a big difference, because I'm telling you, the running game has been the biggest disaster of all time. Like, 0 rushing touchdowns is diabolical, Alec. Which now time for what will hopefully be another successful draft class, which I do want to see if the mock changed at all after us getting a defensive tackle in free agency. No, it still has us going Nico. Which again, defensive tackles are extremely expensive, so I wouldn't mind going another defensive tackle here, even though I know I probably could get a good one like in the, I don't know, 5th or 6th round. But with the first pick in the actual 2029 NFL draft, the Tennessee Titans did go with the big D tackle. Hopefully he's a stud. I mean, like, we've gotten some pretty good players the first pick in every draft, and we've also got some really good players in the 2nd and 3rd round every draft. The CPU's been on a heater. I do unfortunately feel like we're due for a letdown. But with our first pick in the 2nd round, the CPU goes with a quarterback, Sebastian Hernandez. He better be the best 2nd round quarterback of all time. Why? Like, I know our guy's been struggling the first 2 years, but I'm just not going to replace him. Like, that would set us back so far. Oh man, I feel like that's probably going to end up being our worst pick yet. I'm not going to lie. So let's go to the 3rd round. Hopefully make up for that with the big position need. We probably need wide receiver more than anything. So let's see if they actually can hit on that. They go with a Mike linebacker, which I suppose Matt McKenzie could be the long-term Jeff Simmons replacement if he ends up retiring. But now it's time for your boy to take over as we head into day 3. Hopefully can land some fire picks. Keep in mind, looking for a good running back late, good wide receiver, which a good running back just went off the board. Oh no, I waited too long. I didn't make the pick. I was looking at the old draft board. I thought I had the draft paused. Oh god. So unfortunately, I don't have a say what just happened. It looks like a big offensive lineman, I assume, or maybe defensive tackle, which wouldn't be horrible, I suppose. I don't. Who'd we draft? We went right edge, Grant Keenan. That's unfortunate, man. That's what I get for trying to be diligent. That's my first stinker so far. I'm not gonna lie, this receiver looks like a stud. Willie Verner out of LSU. He's not gonna be like hidden dev or anything. He's having normal dev, but those notes, some of those notes typically mean you're in for a stud. He probably fell as far because he has only normal dev. Had an okay combine. The B catching and A catch in traffic are really what stand out to me. The short route running is good too. It's not gonna have good deep route running because it's archetype slot receiver, but I think he's going to be pretty freaking good here at the start of the 5th round. Willie is going to come in. That's just not what I expected. Like, I thought he was going to be good, but not that good at all. 91 speed, 93 excel. We absolutely needed to add wide receiver because we didn't sign any, I don't think. Normal dev, which is probably why he fell this far. I thought he was good, but he had a bunch of Fs. So, like, apparently the A catching traffic and the B catching make up for that, but my God, dude, a top half of the 1st round talent falls to us all the way in the 5th round. I feel like that makes up for that prior stinker. But the question is, can he do it again here in the 6th round? Offensive line again. No, he lacks discipline. Not taking him. It's actually a bad offensive line class. But oh, the deep tackle class is always a heater. Jeremy Tennant, he lacks discipline, so again, probably why he fell this far again. But I think he's going to be like almost as high rated as what our wide receiver was, which I'm not complaining at all about a day 3, 6th round pick. Jeremy Tennant looks like a stud and is going to come in as yet again another 1st round talent. Like I said though, normal dev, but he's still going to find a way to play for us. But still, an incredible pick for here in the 6th round. Here in the 7th round, again, I feel like I need to take a shot on a running back, or maybe even just go with another wide receiver. There's like no good running backs at all. Josh Darby, another wide receiver that lacks discipline, but has a lot of player notes that do look good. Overall, decent combine. Really good ratings for a 7th round, actually a projected undrafted free agent. We're going to take him to hopefully fill out our wide receiver room. He's going to come in 91 in true value. He does have normal dev, not the fastest in the world, but a good value pick again for the 7th round, which I'm not going to lie to you guys, actually kind of worried to check out these ratings this year. I don't feel like the CPU did that good of a job taking a quarterback who actually came in as a 76 overall. Sebastian Hernandez with hidden dev. Oh my God, do we have ourselves a quarterback battle of brewing? Holy crap, man. I didn't expect that. Okay, the CPU on a heater again. Holy crap. 81 rated defensive tackle stepping in as a number 1 pick. We got a 74 overall Mike linebacker. I've legit, like, this is crazy. In the player simulation videos I do, they never draft this well. Which, to be fair, I completely didn't even look at who I drafted. This guy's a 76 overall. Tennant was a 75, and the 7th round receiver was a 71. Yeah, this is the first real stinker from the CPU, and that was kind of my fault for skipping the pick on accident. Grant Keenan, 66 rated. He's just absolute freaking garbage. I was going to say in a normal video it would get cut, but he's probably going to be our 2nd best edge rusher. But my God, dude, this is yet again another absolute banger, and I don't know what to do now at the quarterback position. I know Bishop's at 85 rated, but if he struggles again this season, it might be worth it to go ahead and let Hernandez start since he's a hidden dev player and would progress a lot faster than what Bishop would. And because like if Bishop still struggles, even if he's a high-rated quarterback, he's probably going to ask for $30 million a season. I still feel like we could have done a lot better on the offensive line, which means we're probably not going to do well this season because the offensive line, I mean, they're all like under 80 rated aside from Flores. So we need to spend pretty much all of our efforts next season, hopefully improving offensive line, especially on the interior. But again, if we get to next offseason, there's like a 90+ rated running back available, you best believe we're going to be pulling the trigger. Because I think everywhere else we're solid right now. I mean, Shields should become a 99 rated soon. DJ Moore's our number 2 for the next 2 years. Jalen Coker's still here. Werner, even as a normal dev player, should develop. Behind him, we got Darby and Gunnar Helm, who's still a star. And the defense, I'm pretty excited about, boys. Apparently, Jeff Simmons is still at 82, so I think I'm actually going to keep him as the starting Mike linebacker as long as possible. The defensive tackle position completely revamped, which would be good there. Our young converted edge rushers to safety continue to progress. Our linebackers continue to progress as Kevin Winston, dude, he might end up being a 90 rated player. Looks like Franklin has turned into a superstar will linebacker, overtaking Hughes. And like, I'm excited, man. Like, the team's up to an 85 rated with an 87 defense. It's very unusual in these videos for my defense to be high rated in the offense, yet here we are. Again, I don't know what our team's ceiling is with Bishop at quarterback if he keeps throwing 20 picks this season, and plus this really, really bad offensive line. But I still think, I'm gonna make sure Springs is the backup, but I really, really hope we can win more than 2 games this season. I'll be shocked if we don't. Like I told you guys, this is the hardest rebuild I've ever done. I genuinely don't believe I've ever done a rebuild video in my life. I've been doing this YouTube thing for 10 years full time. I don't think I've ever done a rebuild where we've only won 4 games in the first 3 or so seasons. Hopefully it all changes here though, and maybe we could even push for a playoff spot. Honestly, I'd just be happy with more than 2 wins. Oh my God, our biggest step forward yet. 1 win. 1 win. 2 wins to 6. I know it's not a playoff spot or anything. We're still a ways away. 3rd in our own division. But, brother, you best believe 6 wins makes me a happy, happy camper. It's on the season. I mean, we started off pretty well against the Texans, lost to the Chiefs in a 3-game losing streak. Did get blanked by the Cowboys in Week 10. Kind of gives me PTSD from season number 1. But again, boys, our biggest step forward yet from one season to the next. Maybe next year, given another good offseason, we can maybe actually make the playoffs for once. Which this is going to take some adjustment adjusting, this will be the first season that we don't pick number 1. We're going to pick number 7, so hopefully we can still get a stud, but that's obviously all going to come down to the CPU again, which they haven't let us down yet. Oh my god, what a step forward from the offense. Top 10 unit in football, and the defense, a big step forward too. I'm kind of shocked that we didn't make the playoffs. Again, Bishop, brother, we got to limit the turnovers. 22 interceptions this season. He's thrown 20 picks every single year of his career, man. There's definitely over 60 interceptions so far. I really do wonder if we let this guy end up starting. Sebastian Hernandez up to an 80 overall, dude. It's like, if he's already up to an 80, man, like, do we just go ahead and let him start next year? Bishop, he's up to an 87. It's just like, that's such a big difference. But it's like, if we give the youngster one season to start, it's like, yeah, we're going back 7 overall, but maybe he'll make it up all in one season. I don't know. We'll have to see next year. That's a tough decision to make. Now, on the ground, definitely a huge step forward here from Tyrone Tracy. But again, in the offseason, if the opportunity presents itself, I will absolutely not hesitate to sign a higher rated running back, but at least this is better than Alec Iomanor. Definitely have to work on the 4 fumbles, like Alec didn't do that, but hey, I'm just glad we have a running back that knows how to score touchdowns. Now, through the air, oh, God, dude. So, that's nice. 2,000 yards, 22 touchdowns from Von Shields, who I'm assuming is now a 99 rated. So, he has 3 years left on his rookie contract, including his 5th-year option. He might ask for $1 billion, which he probably should. Last year was kind of a stinker for him, but my God, did he make up for it. DJ Moore, pretty good season from the veteran. Jalen Coker, not bad from him. JC Latham still putting up okay numbers at the tight end position. Now, blocking, we had Sydney give up 13 sacks. We probably do need to spend a lot of our money if the opportunity presents itself on offensive linemen in free agency. Now, defensively, Ben Logan leads us in tackles for the 3rd straight seasons. It looks like we went a little bit backwards in terms of pass rush. Like, we only got to the quarterback, I think, like maybe 40 times this season. Carmichael, a little step backwards. Kevin Winston, he did fall off a little bit last year, but got double-digit sacks again, just in time for him to probably get a contract extension. The rookie, though, Nico, 9.5 sacks. And at the end of his rookie season, is up to an 88 rated X Factor. What a freaking dog. Really unusual in these videos. I don't think in like 4 seasons we've had one player come in the top 10 MVP voting. Maybe eventually we'll end up winning one. I'd much rather win a Super Bowl, though. I do feel like I should have got Coach of the Year votes for winning 6 games with a freaking squad that we started with. Now, Offensive Player of the Year, not a shocker, goes to Von Shields. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Myles Garrett. He's still killing it 4 years into the future. But I'm assuming Nico Morales, the #1 draft pick, did win himself a Defensive Rookie of the Year, which at the end of season number 4, boys, the squad comes in as an 87 overall, 87 offense, 89 defense. If we're able to keep this core together, boys, for another couple seasons, I really do feel like, especially if we can improve this offensive line and get ourselves a Pro Bowl caliber running back, we really could get to the point where we're competing for a Super Bowl, at least a playoff spot. Still in complete disbelief that we haven't had a single player retire in the last 3 seasons. Literally, the only player to retire the entire rebuild was our freaking long snapper. Now, again, unfortunately, I don't see any dev trait increases outside of the backup quarterback. Oh, God. With him up to a superstar, do we just go ahead and do it? It might set us back another season, but it might help us for the future. Sebastian Hernandez, a superstar, while the starter is a normal dev. Yeah, he's 7 overall higher than this guy, but Sebastian Hernandez, I feel like is meant to be. Zane Bishop, man, he's thrown 60 interceptions his first couple seasons. I know he's progressed quite a bit, but I feel like it might be time to make the switch at quarterback. I really wish we could trade, because I think we can get something for him. I just want to do it. I'm not actually making the trade, so I just want to see here. Oh, God, dude, we so desperately need a running back, too. This hurts. Oh, it hurts so bad. We could get Garrett Wilson, and we're just literally going to have to make this guy the backup. It's okay. Got to stay patient. Got to stick to the rules. But I do think with the revelation of this quarterback being a superstar, he is going to be our starter moving forward. Now, any changes defensively? Okay, I think Femi, as a converted left edge, is up to a superstar 86 rated free safety. Yeah, Jeff Simmons is down to a 79 rated. It is absolutely time for Logan to take over as the starter. Now, I do fear that Jeff Simmons is going to retire soon, so I do unfortunately feel like we're not going to be able to win him a Super Bowl. But we're going to try. We're going to try our best. Maybe we can luck it up and the first time we make the playoffs next year actually win the whole goddamn thing. But for that to be the case, though, somehow, some way, we're going to have to improve the interior of this offensive line quite desperately. 11 contracts to negotiate. Oh, God. Von Shields, a A $46 million fifth-year option is insane work, but I'm going to accept it. Kevin Winston at right edge, 89 rated, dude. He's asking for $30 million this season, and I got to do it. I'm going to spread it over 6 years, but we got to lock him down. Hopefully he accepts, which he does. Oh, Femi, we got to lock him down. He's 25 years old, so he might can make it to a 90 overall free safety. He's actually not asking for too much. So let's spread it over 6 years again. Up a little bit since he has no interest in re-signing to make sure he does lock a long-term extension down. And he's officially locked in. Dude, Jim DK made it to an 81 overall. I've got to re-sign him, man. Now, JC Latham, again, he might be the only OG to keep starting for us on an offense. Now, 5-year deal maybe. Asking, dude, $2 million a season is insane, but I'm going to do it. Up it just a little bit more. We've yet to have somebody decline our contract extension, which makes me feel good because I feel like as the head coach here, I've created a really good and sound culture. Now, Jim DK, got to lock him in, man. Give him 4 years. Hopefully, just up the money a little bit, and he'll be fine to re-sign, which this streak continues. Everybody wants to stick around. Now, Cade Mays, I definitely want to improve upon him, so I'm not going to re-sign him. Now, Gunnar Helm at wide receiver. He's only asking for $3 million this season. I feel like just as a vibes thing, I am going to bring him back. He's held on to that star development the entire time, and he still has another 4 years to develop, so even as a backup who's not really playing that much, maybe he could creep into like the 80s rated, which he is going to re-sign. Moving along, next contract extension, Khalil Mullings. Again, he hasn't done much. I am shocked to see he went up to star somehow, although I don't think he's getting much playing time. Another player I just want to bring back for the vibes. We do need depth at Sam linebacker, so why not bring back a 26-year-old with star development? Again, he's not asking for hardly any money at all. Another perfect offer where he accepts. Now, Ellick, I know he sucked, but again, I want to bring back as many converted players as possible that have actually turned out to be half decent. Like, I know like he hasn't performed on the field, but 83 rated as a converted wide receiver is kind of nuts. So let's see. I mean, he's asking for a cheap contract, just like $4 million a season, which he shouldn't ask for more since he's been horrible on the field. But again, he's a smart guy, graduated from Stanford. Hopefully can help out the running back room one way or another. So that officially leaves us with $76 million left over, which will hopefully take us into a stacked free agent class. Really hope so. I need a running back. I need good offensive linemen. Oh, man. So we got Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm not going to be able to afford him yet. Do we really need him? Brian Burns, we don't need that. T. Higgins, don't need it. Bo Nix, like if I had $1 trillion, I might just go ahead and sign him, but I can't trade away my youngsters, so it kind of be pointless. I could afford them, but we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. We're going to stick with our young guns. Now, what sucks is there's not really any good offensive linemen. There's not really any good running backs either. Like the best running back to make it to the market, Tyrone Tracy. Did I sign him to a 1 year? How did he leave? I thought I signed him to a 2-year deal. I must be drunk, dude. I must have smoked crack before this, dude. But maybe it's a good thing, because maybe we can just sign Kyle Monangai here, who's not really a scheme fit, but he's younger than Tracy. He's a little bit high overall. So maybe shooting heroin before this video was worth it, because that's going to hopefully land us Kyle Monangai, who is not asking for much money at all. A 3-year contract isn't bad. Up it just a little bit. And it's like, I don't know what to do with the rest of my money, because I know we have some big contract extensions coming up the next couple seasons. So I don't want to lock it down on players we don't necessarily need, but there are some positions like offensive line that we do desperately need. And I'm probably just going to sign the best ones available that aren't asking for ridiculous money, that hopefully could progress over a couple seasons, that we definitely could lock down long term. And the first one I saw, Abraham Lucas. He's 30, so kind of doesn't fit the bill what I was asking for. He'll probably start to go down in overall every year, but he is by far the best offensive line option out there. We could convert Devin Sidney back to his original position of offensive guard, which would probably make his overall go up a little bit. So Abraham Lucas, I mean, at $20 million is kind of crazy. I'm going to do it. $23 million a season for Abraham Lucas. Hopefully he accepts, because that would be a huge addition to that offensive line. Where's only offer. Now, outside of that, Emory Jones wouldn't be horrible. We do need a new center. Maybe Elkton Jenkins on just a 1-year deal. Maybe we get a better center next year, so we will throw that offer out there. Now, we could choose between Matthew Bergeron. Jonah isn't a bad option. He's only 25 years old. We could take Ozzie Trapillo, 6'8", 312 at left tackle, and then again, could convert our left tackle back to guard, which is his original position. So $20 million a season again. We'll give him a 3-year contract, send it through, and hopefully accepts. But I think that's probably going to be our last offer, which if we can land all 4 of these guys, that would be a monumental improvement to our offensive line, and hopefully a monumental improvement to the running game. Fellas, please don't let me down and make the right decision for your careers. All 4 have decided, and all 4 have signed, which those important additions, boys, brings the squad up to an 88 rated with an 89 defense. Like an 88 88.5 rated, which I believe in the grand scheme of things means we should be a Super Bowl contender, like at least make the playoffs next year, which again leads us to the draft, which in the latest mock has us going defensive tackle again, which I feel like that would be boring. Oh my, Jalen Winters here, running back. How awesome would that be if we drafted him? But again, at the same time, he might not be that good. I just don't feel like we really need to go D-tackle again, so I really hope this mock draft is wrong. There's actually another generational, I would assume, running back. He's generational if he's projected to go top 4. So let's hope Jalen Winters is a beast and the CPU goes with him. I will say it's weird to not have the first pick in the draft, as it looks like the Jags did go with the running back. I'm assuming, dude, he's got to be like over an 80 rated to go top 5. Anything really, anything but defensive tackle here, I'll be happy with. The 7th pick in the draft, I didn't see it. I really don't even know what it is we need. I guess it wouldn't be horrible to get D-tackle again if he was as good as last year's draft pick, which that's absolutely not a defensive tackle. That looks just like the receiver that we drafted in the first draft, although I think he has a cleaner suit, which let's see. Our first pick in the draft is a wide receiver again. So I guess we'll have to see at the end of the draft how good Deshaun Simpson is. But I am curious to see if our CPU can hit on 3 straight picks again, because I don't think it's been that hard for them. I mean, they've been on a heater, but they have had the first pick in every round that they've drafted in, and the talent gap between the start and the end of the rounds is always crazy. So let's see if having the 7th pick in each round, they can still continue to draft heaters. So here in the second round, they went and selected Khalil Goodwin and edge, which I'm really hoping they're just taking best player available, which is really what our team needs right now. So the CPU's last pick is going to be a strong safety, which I feel like we just got a strong safety a couple years ago. Now it's time for me to lock in here and pause the draft and make sure we don't get skipped. Calvin Elam, running back. The first running back I've spotted that's not a power back that looks half decent. Now the thing is, oh, he's not, I mean, he has some good stuff in there. The running backs really aren't good at this point. He has some really good player notes. I don't know if he's hidden dev or not, but I think this is the only shot we have left at maybe find ourselves a hidden gem in the middle rounds, mid to late rounds that is. Try it. Calvin Elam's going to come in. 53 in true value, hidden dev, an absolute banger. So maybe, boys, I don't know what that overall is. With him being 53, it's probably like maybe a 73 rated. Maybe Calvin is our running back of the future. A little hyped around here as we head into round 5 if my Xbox doesn't break before then. Brother, there's just no chance I'm passing up on a hidden dev 6'6", 343-pound guard named Dudley. There's just absolutely no way I am not going to be ecstatic. Who can rep the 225 35 times? This guy, stud. A impact block, a lead block, a run block power. This is the most excited I've been about a pick in a hot minute. Dudley Myers, welcome to Tennessee, coming in as, ooh, that's actually not as high as I thought. I was really anticipating like a top 10 pick, but still just outside of first round pick value. Comes in, hidden dev, an absolute beast. I don't know if he'll get playing time right away, but he should develop into a starter for us. Mateo Rodriguez, another defensive tackle I feel like can fill out that room. He's the strongest D tackle, which means he's probably going to be pretty high overall. He does not have hidden dev though, so he's not going to be like an X factor or anything, but still don't mind adding a high rated defensive tackle to that room. We almost went D tackle in the first round. 42 in true value, just outside of first round talent. Like I said, normal dev, but 95 strength, 356 pounds, will take it. Oh, I forgot, we probably need to take a long snapper, but the question is which one of you are actually good, and I have no idea because I don't have either of them scouted. Oh, it looks like neither of them have hidden dev. This guy, Victor Lewis, I think had the best combine. They literally all have like the same attributes though. I think I'm going to take that guy just based off the vibes of his combine. Victor Lewis, he's going to be normal dev. I don't know if long snappers ever are like superstars or anything. He's coming 132 in true value. So I mean, like, it should be good enough at least to start for us. And did the CPU stay on a heater? Yes, they did. 79 rated wide receiver, pick number 7, Deshaun Simpson. Really excited to see if that hidden is maybe a superstar. Even if not, dude, he should be able to take over for DJ Moore, whose contract should be expiring, so he should save all that money with the rookie. Good win. I mean, I know he's only a 73, but that's still really good value for an edge rusher in the second round, who also has hidden development, so we definitely take that. In the third round, we also got that strong safety who's a 73. Dude, hidden development too. I've legit never seen the CPU on such a heater, and all the other sim videos I do, they suck. We get our 73 rated Calvin Elam. Probably need to make him our backup instead of Alec so he can actually progress quite a bit. That guard, Dudley, 75 rated. Mateo, 74. Long snapper was the biggest letdown of the draft, but like when you can say that, like when you can speak those words, yeah, my long snapper was our biggest bust of a pick, dude. What a freaking draft. That means you must have experienced a 10 out of 10 draft. So I don't mean to jump the gun here or anything, boys, but I feel like this could be our year. The squad is stacked. 88 rated, 88 offense, 89 defense. I want you guys just to take a moment just to appreciate where we came from? I mean, we got studs everywhere, dude. I don't know how he did it, but I'm not complaining. Now, the biggest question this season is the quarterback. We have benched the much higher rated for the quarterback with much more potential. I really hope that doesn't set us back for a year because things are starting to get crazy this offseason. We probably won't be able to afford to re-sign some players, so this might be the final year we keep the entire squad together. Hold on, the vibes are terrible, boys. Where did Jeff Simmons go? I also noticed that we lost Cam Ward. I couldn't find him anywhere. I think he might have, like, retired. Sometimes players retire, they don't tell you. But that doesn't account for where Jeff Simmons went. There's no way he retired and it didn't tell me. What do you mean he's on the Cowboys? Like, that's not real. Dude, bite me. I'm getting him back. I'm gonna get rid of some of the players that shouldn't even be here. There it is. I had to break the rules and I had to get rid of a future pick, but we brought Jeff Simmons back. I did all that for somebody who's not even get playing time. But I will say I'd be shocked if he played longer than another season. So if this is Jeff Simmons last year, let's do it for him. Let's finally get over the hump and make the playoffs for the first time today. And also make the playoffs for the man who's currently in Cabo. Oh my God, it's been done. It may be the ugliest thing I have ever seen in my entire life, but somehow, some way, with two other teams going 8-9, we're the ones who earned the 7 seed, which means for the first time today, we have made the playoffs. But surely as an 8-9 team, we don't win the Super Bowl, right? Dude, I gotta see this. I'm so happy. With the young quarterback, we started off the season horribly. Oh my God, we started off the season 2-6? But what a second half of the season. 5 wins in a row from week 8 to week 13 before hitting a little stinker to end the season. So that's not good going into the playoffs. But hey, once you make it, who knows what could happen? Offense, top 10 in the National Football League, and defensively, we were also top 10. So how did we only win 8 games? I'm not gonna lie, I feel pretty validated. I know 18 interceptions is still a lot, but we finally have a quarterback today for the first time who throws for less than 20 picks. Sebastian Hernandez, I would give you a kiss if I could. 4,400 yards, 36 touchdowns, 18 interceptions on the ground. Kyle Manungai, I want to kiss him. Our first running back to surpass 1,000 yards, 4.1 yards per carry, and 8 touchdowns. Dude, this is kind of getting me a little horny. Von Shields, dude, it's erect. It is erect. 2,000 yards, 23 touchdowns. This guy is the greatest thing the CPU has ever done to me in my life. 99 rated receiver, man. He's already the best receiver in Titans history. I mean, these stats are insane, dude. I don't know what happened in 2027, man, but my God, maybe, just maybe, this fella right here could help lead us to a Super Bowl. Not to mention the rookie who did decent, 75 grabs, 764 yards and a tutty. Did better than DJ Moore, although I guess DJ Moore did have more touchdowns. JC Latham, 430 yards, 3 touchdowns himself. Now, Ben Logan, I think that's like the 4th straight years less in tackles. Now, sack-wise, Kevin Winston, man, like, what a guy. I mean, that's like, what, 50 career sacks already converted over from the free safety position. You got that young defensive tackle with 13.5 sacks, Carmichael with 9. I'm actually really surprised that our wide receiver had 20-plus touchdowns and 2,000 yards and didn't even get an MVP vote. I feel like it's a little nasty. Now, Coach of the Year, also, I feel like it's nasty that we didn't get a single Coach of the Year vote. He did, though, win Offensive Player of the Year. Kevin Winston, again, robbed a Defensive Player of the Year. Didn't win Offensive Rookie of the Year either. So with us, like, getting robbed of so many different awards, not even having a single vote to show for it, I wonder if we can channel that anger, that doubt that the NFL has obviously bestowed upon us, and put it towards a historic cause here as we try to become the first ever team in NFL history to go sub 500 and win a Super Bowl. Before we try to make it past the Jets, though, I do want to see a little update on our lineup. I mean, like, the team should be making the playoffs. Like, we're up to a 90 overall, 89 offense, 92 defense. Our young quarterback, dude, what a decision this was. He's all the way up to an 88 overall. Dude, I'm so happy I did that. I was really close not to. Manungai up to an 86. Dude, Simpson's already an X Factor too. So even if we don't win the Super Bowl this year, we will move into the future with 2 X Factor receivers. Offensive line's looking good. Get that tight end. He's also an X Factor, about to surpass JC Latham. Now, defensively, we got studs everywhere, man. Like, I know we only went 8-9, dude, but with how talented this team is, dude, don't be shocked if we go on a little run here. Which it all kicks off with an extremely tough task as we have to travel to New York, that terrible turf at MetLife Stadium, to somehow beat the 12-5 Jets. I mean, in my 31 years of life on this earth, I definitely have seen crazier things happen, and oh my God, we keep it going. It was close, very close. 14-9, though, our defense takes over. The Jets scored all 9 points in the 4th quarter. We held them to field goals, though, but we got the job done. win our first ever playoff game of the rebuild. Not the best game from a non-guy, though. So if we're actually going to run here, win another game, you got to be better. And through the air, Shields, of course, good game. Simpson, the rookie, with 2 touchdowns. But oh god, it doesn't get harder than this. If we want any chance of winning this game over the 14-3 1-seed Chargers, we're going to have to run the football so much better than we did in the wildcard round. It's time to start manifesting all that positive energy together. I don't know if it works that way because you're watching this probably a week and a half after I'm doing this, but maybe, I don't know, maybe we can enter an alternate dimension and all of our energy can come together at once and we can take down the 1-seed Chargers. Can miracles happen yet again in this 8-9 Titans team advance to the AFC Conference Championship game? Oh my god, how do we keep getting away with this again collectively by the skins of our shaft? 24-21 over the 1-seed Chargers. I mean, it was a very even game down to the wire, man, but Sebastian Hernandez, one of the best decisions of my YouTube career, outperformed Justin Herbert at this point in his career. Manungai, I told you guys, manifestation works. Put up a stinker in the wild card, but when it matters the most, he might just go down as the most important signing in Tennessee Titans history. 117 yards to carry us literally into the conference championship game, which Shields did fine, but outside of that, like, our best receiver was J.C. Latham. But it might have been ugly, boys, but a win is a win, and we are now just 1 W away from advancing into the Super Bowl for the first time ever as a sub-500 team. And remember where we started, boys. I don't think you guys understand how crazy it would be if we go from one win to 2 wins, and then immediately to the Super Bowl. One more win is all we need, boys. Which, the very, very good news is we have already played the Bengals away from home and beat them by 3. So can we do it when it matters the most? Can we potentially win Jeff Simmons a Super Bowl? I'll tell you right now, I was happy with the season, just making the playoffs, but at this point in time, going 8-9, even though I didn't think a Super Bowl ever was going to happen this year, at this point, I will be sad. I'll be extremely, extremely disappointed if we do not become the first ever team that went sub 500 and make it to the Super Bowl. Oh my god, we actually made it. How on earth has this actually happened, dude? How do we keep getting away with it? 2-point victory, 19-17. Held off a comeback. I mean, we dominated the entire game. Outgained by 120 yards. Sebastian Hernandez out there performing Joe Burrow, who normally throws for 500 yards per game in simulation. Manungai again, dude. Outperforming the opposing running back. It wasn't even freaking close. Von Shields doing what Von Shields does best. Oh, now all we have to do is just go and beat another 1 seed. But I already feel like this has been one of the most miraculous seasons in playoff runs in NFL history. Which first, we have to do a little bit of scouting here. Bucky Irving's a 99. Ruben Bain is a freaking monster. Antoine Winfield is still a stud. They apparently the ones who signed Cooper DeJean. We have to fend off Cody Gordon, who's already a 95 overall in his 3rd year of football. Igbuka obviously is a stud. Yeah, fellas, so this is a pretty stacked roster. Safe to say they might be the favorites. I mean, they did go 13-4, but it is officially time, boys, to hopefully cap off one of the most difficult rebuilds in channel history. And I'm doing something a little bit different here, boys. I'm actually jumping in to play the moments because I just wanted to play with this team. It's like honestly been one of the coolest rebuilds I've ever done that I actually feel like I have an emotional connection. That sounds really weird coming out of my mouth. I'm turning 31 years old in an hour and a half, but like I just want to play. Kyle Manungai can get the first carry as we're back into our own end zone. Good start. Oh, Carnell Tate lining up in the backfield. I guess he's the 3rd down back as a fullback. I feel like that's kind of a glitch. Hold on. I was looking J.C. Latham's way, and I forgot he's a freaking tackle. I about threw it to him, but then I was like, it might be a bad decision that ends up with me committing intentional grounding. The team honestly would have probably been better off if I just simulated. Latham is kind of open. Just going to dump it off to Manungai, who's going to get like 11 of those yards back. He's somebody to get open here. Shields is not. Dude, he clamped him. I thought he was going to be wide open, which brings me back in. New moment here into the first quarter. One more first down, and we at least might be in field goal range. Oh, God, I'm actually going to be looking Latham's way. He's open, please. Oh, how do we overthrow that? Well, that sucks. I'm doing nothing. It's telling me to go for this, and I'm not kicking a 62-yard field goal. Like, that's just not happening. So instead, we're going to go for it, boys. 4th and 5. Massive play here in the Super Bowl. Carnell Tate out of the backfield. He's open. Just sit down on it. First down. And then we end up scoring a touchdown, but we miss an extra point with Brandon Aubrey. All right, now we got to play some lockdown defense. I got to stop this young stud of a quarterback. I mean, I'd much rather hold him to a field goal here. Clamped over the middle. Big hit. Did get a big hit. That has Keldrick Falk out there, but unfortunately, they still got the first down with Igbuka. Guys know the saying, as long as you bend, just don't break. Bucks inside the 10-yard line, but it's now up to us to get a stop and force them to a field goal. Come on, get the sack. Let's go, Morales! Big, young defensive tackle, first-round pick from 2 years ago. He might be hurt. Unfortunately, the quarterback does look healthy. Maybe we could kill him with another sack. He looks like he might have got a concussion because he threw the ball 2 yards down the field immediately, which Logan got the stop. 2-minute warning, boys. Not been a lot of action in this one. 6-0. We got to hold on to the lead here, and we will do so if we force them to a stop on 3rd and goal from the 15. Surely they don't get 15 yards in one play. Lock in, boys. No shot. Big hit here, please. Boom, fumble, get the ball. Pick it up. Pick it up. Keldrick Falk. Oh, my God. The converted edge. He might not take it all the way. He's kind of slow. He's going to do it. The 5. He ran out of stamina. But Keldrick Falk, one of the biggest plays in Tennessee Titans history. The most unlikeliest of heroes. The converted edge over the strong safety. Showing off his skill set. Also showing off his weakness. But he had just enough speed to finish off the job. Which gives us a 13-0 lead. But the Bucks do end up scoring before half. So Super Bowl not over yet, boys. Big 3rd and 1, though. Part of me just wants to throw this to Shields. He's 1-on-1. Probably should have ran it. I should have. Manungai, though. Just sit down on it. First down, baby. Oh, come on, boys. Gotta have it. Absolutely gotta have it. I do want to get J.C. Latham the football. I just want to see what it looks like. Which he's kind of open, actually. He caught the football, dude. Which I do want to actually go and see. Like, I mean, he's had a few years now at tight end, so his catching probably went up a little bit. His catching's all the way up to 36. Since he's the only remaining OG on offense, I do feel like I need to try and get him in the end zone. But at the same time, the most important thing is finishing this challenge and winning this Super Bowl, no matter what it takes. Your handoff to Manungai. He's going to get a single yard. Big 3rd down and 13. Wide open off the snap. Bang! Who other than Von Shields? We went for 2 and didn't get it, so I'm not liking that at all. It should be 21-7, but Brandon Aubrey, the best kicker, one of the best kickers in history, apparently missed an extra point, which has led to a big downfall. But as long as we hold him here, it should be ball game. Was it 4th and 12? Boom, Woods! Yes! Where the frick did that come from? Dude, we are laying the freaking boom around here. Gordon with the fumble. They recover, but it was called down apparently. We get the football back with a chance to cap this game off. I really want to get this to Latham, dude. I don't feel like, though, he can run this route. Try to stick him on a zig. He's not open at all. What do I do? Hello? X is open. Oh, it's a bad throw? 4th and 4. What do we do here, boys? Now we're jumping back in. The field goal is a smart thing to do here, but you guys know I am from Alabama, so the IQ is probably below 90. Need it bad. Latham, I'm going to trust in you. He catches the football, but the big boy falls down. And the Bucks moving down the field again. I don't like it at all, boys. 4th and 9. They are going for it. This is stupid. They kicked the field goal and it's a one-possession game. Lock the frick in here, boys. Get this stop, and it's a GG. Got Bucky covered. No shot. No way. Yes! Yes! Boley, the #1 pick. Come on! Let's take it to the house! Come on! 30, the 20, the 10. Even do a little bit of celebrating here. Touchdown, Titans, as that, my friends, should be challenge complete. I turned 31 years old in 1 hour and 14 minutes. I gotta stop acting like that. I'm gonna be the first ever YouTuber to have a heart attack live on camera. Oh, Latham, we're gonna do it, pal. We got a minute. I already tried forcing it a little bit earlier. Oh, God, I have to dump it off to my young guy. Just sit down. Yes! Yes! The prophecy has been fulfilled! Of all players, the only OG remaining on the offense, J.C. Latham, scores in the Super Bowl. And one of the hardest rebuild challenges we have ever set out to complete has successfully been achieved. Honestly, one of the most fun videos I've done in a hot minute. And as you see, miracles do happen. Now, if you're enjoying these strenuous rebuild challenges that are helping turn my hair gray, click right here to watch another one.